Okay, today I'm going to be showing you the TR-808. This is probably one of my favourite machines. It's completely analog. There's no samples involved with this at all, so it's got very familiar sound. I'm pretty sure most of you will know this because it's been used in the last 30 years. Everything from hip hop to drum and bass and techno and house. It's pretty much everyone's used it. I think it was first made famous by Africa Bambaataa with Planet Rock, and that's quite a straight 808 pattern. But yeah, a lot of electro people love these, and it is a great machine. So anyway, about the machine itself, we've got some inputs on the back for foot switches, triggers, and individual outputs for every sound. Every sound has got some controls. I mean, some of them only have levels, and some of the sounds share a position in the track. So you have to flick the switch. You have congas or toms, or claves or rim shots, maracas or hand claps. Um, the other modifiers are like tone and tuning, or decay for the bass drum, snappy for the snare drum, tone and decay for the cymbal, and decay for the open hi-hat. You've got tempo with fine tune. You've got basic variation, which is basically play the first pattern, the A variation or the B variation, or A then B. Pre-scale, start stop, tap button, and you've got these white ones here are for the fill-ins. Now normally, like the other drum machines, it's just step patterns from 1 to 16. This time it's from 1 to 12. The last four here, if you can see, it says mark 1 2 3 4 for intro fill-in. Those are fill patterns, so basically any pattern you put in there won't play until you either press the tap button, or if you set up the auto fill-in, so to either 16, 18, 16, 8, 4 or 2 patterns, then it will play the fill-in. But I'll show you that in a moment. But yeah, with the A and B you can get a 32-step pattern, but actually a lot of people don't realise or don't use the fact that this has actually a second part. So you play the first part for 16 steps, and then you can have the second part programmed, and then you can do A, B, and you'll end up with a 64-step pattern. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put it into clear mode. I'm going to put it to pattern 1 and press clear. And if you press A, if you're going to put it to A and B and press clear, you'll see both the lights flash here, and that basically means the A and B pattern has been cleared, and we're ready for writing. So we're going to put it to first part. We're going to enter some notes in so you can hear what it sounds like. My start stop button is completely broken, so I've made this kind of like a pseudo foot switch. It's basically a jack with a push button on the end, and that enables me to start the sequencer running. So I'll start that off. I'll put in some accents. This is on the first pattern, of course. And I'll put some bass drums in, and you should recognise this sound. And then some snare drums. Quite a basic pattern. And you get the idea, I'm sure you know that one. So I'm going to show you how to do turn a 16 step into a 32 step. So to do that, we first go to second part, start the sequencer and play the first part. What we need to do is basically, when it's running, you press the red button on the second part and you set the step length for the second part. So in this case it'll be 16, and then it'll play the first and then the second pattern. So the second one's silent, so I can put notes in there.